Hey everybody, welcome to Kitchen Shenanigans. You can't see me. I'm Trent May. I'm behind the camera today. I've got the expert with us, Chris Campbell from the Merchant House, and he's live right here right now, 423. What you making for us today, Chris?
Good morning. Today we are going to do a shrimp boil. Just an iteration. If anyone's ever had a low country boil, real famous down south, Louisiana way, made many different ways. You can make it with crab. You can make it with crawfish, which is pretty traditional. We do that across the street every Lent. Today we're using shrimp. You can do a combination of all those different things. The boil's kind of steeped in a lot of history down in Louisiana. You're talking about a lot of stuff that was just kind of put together that was left over from the day's catch. They would throw in a big pot, boil it out, and with corn and sausage and anything else that they had on hand, and made a meal out of it. And that's what we're going to do today. We are going to make a shrimp boil. We're going to kind of do it about as traditional as I think it is. And have some fun with it. We do have a boil this week too. We're going to talk about that in our cooler, ready to go, that you can just come pick up and throw in your oven. You don't have to do all the hard work. We do it for you. So it's you can come down and get one of those, but we're going to show you how to do that. They're actually pretty easy. So we're going to go ahead and get started. What else?
It's 9:30 and you're getting me hungry for lunch.
I'm going to film you. I'm going to take your phone from you. I'm going to film you stuff in your face.
All right.
So, first thing we're going to do, you got to boil some water. So that's what you call it, to boil. So you have a boil. A lot of times, traditionally, you'll see these things that people do outside in their yard, and they have these huge pots over the fire, just ginormous. And then they have, 20, 30, 40 pounds of seafood, 10, 20 pounds of sausage, and it all goes in and gets cooked, and people gather around at the picnic tables, covered in newspaper, and they just dump it out right on the table. And people just go to town, and it's really very communal. You can sit next to your neighbor, have some food, break some bread, have a good time. It's real fun. And we actually do these at the restaurant. We offer this as one of our catering services. We do low country boils. We'll come out to your house or your property. We'll set it all up and do it for you, so you don't have to do any of that work. It's just a fun time. It's a very interactive, in-your-face type of meal, which is what we love across the street. We love that kind of stuff. So that's what we're going to do. But we have our boil here. We got our water going. The first thing you want to do with the boils is you have potatoes, you have corn. Those things take the longest to cook. Of course, shrimp doesn't take very long. So those are the things that go in first. So we're going to go ahead and get ready with our corn here. The boil that I'm making today is for about 2 people, 2 to 3 people at the most. And the great thing about this is, again, you just kind of throw what you have together. You put different spices in there, things that you want to do. The more people you have, the more you add. You can do it for 2, you can do it for 1, you can do it for 50, you can do it for 100. It's pretty simple. The corn we're using today, of course, is local fresh corn. You can still find some around. We had to hunt a little bit for this stuff because it's starting to get a little more scarce, but it's still out there. You can go to your freezer if you want. You can make these any time of the year. You can go to the freezer section of your local supermarket. They usually have it. It's just not as good. I find the corn gets a little mushy from being frozen. The best is really getting it fresh. And you can find it fresh some other places too, but once it's out of season, it's a little more difficult to find, of course. But we are using local Ohio sweet corn, which is really important. You want that sweet corn. We're going to cut this stuff in half.
Oh, that's sharp.
Yeah, that stuff's pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and put that in our water.
I need new knives. I pretty much have to saw mine.
Very nice here.
Awesome.
Here's some nice knives to sell. What I have here, you got to put your seasoning in the water too. What I have here is our low country boil seasoning. We actually sell this here. It's a whole kit for you. If you wanted to do this at home, you can just come pick up this bag of these spices, and it'll be just enough for what you need to probably cook for 4 of them. But it is on our spice rack. We'll probably show you that here soon. But it's all kinds of different stuff. And these are all hand ground spices, but I'm going to grab about a cup of my spice mix. I'm going to go ahead and dump it right in the water here. We're going to go ahead and give this a nice good stir. Get these spices pretty good. Ooh. Now, if you don't, traditionally too, you can use just Old Bay seasoning. That's a really good one that people love to use. It's simple, it's quick, you can get it at the supermarket. This is a little bit more extravagant, has a lot more stuff in it. And the great thing about low country boils too is you can put a lot of fresh herbs, whatever you like. It doesn't have to be anything specific. And I tell people that with cooking all the time. Do what you want. If you see a recipe online or you see something that looks really good, give your own flair to it. Have some fun with it. Put the things in that you like, that your palate appreciates. I like thyme, so I'm gonna put some thyme, some fresh thyme in my boil. Even though there is some dry thyme in the seasoning mix, I'm gonna put a little more. I'm a big fan of it. I like the flavor it gives my dishes. I love the smell of it. It looks cool. Like, look, I'm cool now. I have time. So
That's all it takes.
it's all it takes. All you need is a little time in your life. I think everyone can say that. Get a little more time, you're good. Here's a cool trick. This stuff easily separates leaves from the stems. If you have a colander, you just run this right through the holes in the colander. It'll rip this out. Stick it in. And it rips off all the leaves for you. So this one's the holes are a little bigger, which you can see just everything off when you're not dividing. First, anytime you have some dishes, just the pots, guys first. Things like potato. And just use it's great. Cut them up to water. If you're not paying attention, they'll fall apart. You want to do. So we're going to go ahead and cut our lemon. And what I like to do, I'll take the one half, I'll throw right in there, and I'll take the other half, I'll squeeze it, get that juice in there, and I'll throw that bad boy right back in there too. So now what we got going on is we have our corn, we have our potatoes, we have our seasoning, anything else in your lemons that you want to throw in, and that's what's going to take the longest. So with those petite potatoes, that kind of reduces the time a little bit. You're looking at about 10 minutes versus maybe 15 to 20 minutes on some of the bigger varieties. The corn should cook pretty quick. With my boils, I like my corn to be a little bit more rougher. I don't like it mushy, overcooked. I like mine to be a little more al dente, as it were. So it won't take too long. We're going to throw that. And the other thing I'm going to throw in here right now is I'm going to throw some butter in there. We're going to get the butter in there. I'm going to put a little butter back. So when we're done with our boil, the butter's going to go right on top of everything and give this great flavor. And the other thing we're going to do, we're going to put a little back. If you're making this at home, put a little of your seasoning back. Don't put it all in there, because what you want to do is when the boil comes out and you dump it, you can sprinkle that seasoning on top of the butter. So we're going to do that. So the sausage we got, traditionally what you want to use is andouille. That is a Cajun sausage, but you can use all kinds of different sausage. This week at 423, what we have going on with our boils, our shrimp boils, that we're using Southwest Chipotle chicken sausage. We're going to keep it local. Everything here at 423, we try to use as much local produce and product as we can. Support local businesses. So we use King's this week for that. So I put a little different flair on our boils themselves. Just like we talked about earlier, you do what you want. So ours is basically a Chipotle boil. But this one that we're making today, right now, is more of a traditional Southern Louisiana boil. So we are going to use andouille sausage. I like to cut it up. I put it at a little angle there, kind of like that. Looks cool. I like to you probably want to do 2 pounds of shrimp, 2 pounds of sausage, potato, kind of variable reduces. Uh, for 10 people, you got 10 pounds of sausage, 10 pounds of shrimp, 10 pounds of potatoes, and that's usually, gosh, 3 per guest, and that's a lot of food. And then on the back end, I always, of course, pair it up with some good cornbread. So today we don't have any cornbread. Maybe next time we'll make a video and we can do our skillet cornbread, which is really good. We do a maple bacon skillet cornbread that would be perfect for this. But you can do any kind of cornbread that you want. And it doesn't have to be cornbread. You can pair it. A lot of people like to pair it with biscuits, good Southern biscuits. You can pair it with. Dip that biscuit in that so that's last thing we're using olive oils that you come to 423. It's already peeled for you, ready to cook. Particularly, it's going to be the shrimp vein already, but it's not. Leave the shell on, part of the time. You dump it on the table, you get to rip it apart, eat it. All awesome. So that's what happens. We got shell on shrimp. It's been deveined. If you have time, you want to be professional and shrimp, go ahead. I don't really do that. But if anyone's done shrimp before, it's really just the guts and the poop and all that stuff. Pull that vein out and it gets rid of all that stuff. But you kind of got to cut it down, rip it out, and go through that whole business. But you can get this shrimp at your local grocery store. Kroger's, even here in town, carries this. It's super easy. All you gotta do is thaw it out. If you want to throw it in frozen, you can throw it in frozen. It really doesn't matter. I don't like to put mine frozen. For many different reasons. One of them, I think it makes it a little bit more rubbery, and I'm not a fan of that. But I like to get mine thawed out. But we're gonna put this in at the very end because this only takes like 3-5 minutes at the most for your shrimp. If you put it in any earlier, if you were to put your shrimp in now, it would be really tough. Yeah. Beautiful. It's going pretty good there. It's amazing. You do this at home if you're having a dinner party, you're having some fun, or you do this outside. The smells are fantastic. I'm a big champion of eat with your eyes. Over across the street when we make dishes, we're always looking for ways to make them pop. And when they hit your table, if you're not going, wow, that looks great, then we haven't done it correctly. Because that really sets the expectation for your food. And what you're about to put in your belly, and then smells number 2. You got to have those great smells that really opens up your senses. So now you're hitting on all those cylinders. It looks great, it smells good, you're salivating, you're ready to go. And then of course, the last part of that would be the flavor. But if you don't have the look, you don't have the smell, the flavor's not going to be there. Pretty simple stuff, right? So this smells fantastic. You get the lemon, you get all the herbs. It's amazing. So it's a great thing to do for your guests. Very, very fun thing. If you wanted to too, man, you could do this to where you have your guests cutting their own stuff and you're all throwing it in the pot and you're all having a good time. If you're drinking, you might want to not drink as much if you're handling knives and things like that. But you might get a finger in the pot to go with your sausage and stuff. But you can do it with the kids. It'd be a great time. Hey kids, let's make a boil today. We're all going to do it together. Throw it all in the pot, and then they can even pour it out, have a good time with it. It's just a great fun dish. Very classic, very Americana dish, which we love across the street. We love that kind of stuff. So we can let this sit for about 7-8 minutes, and then we can put our shrimp in. So we have a little bit of time. If you want to talk about something else.
Yeah. You want to show us? People are already hungry for the boil, but what else can they get this week at 423 if they're not hungry for the boil?
Fresh stuff, local produce, local products, and the whole kind of design behind our urban market here at 423 is to really have some things that are a little more better for you, fresher stuff, things that are vegan, things that are gluten-free, things that you can't really get a lot of places. Teaming up with Miss Sarah, she was a big champion of, hey, let's get some good stuff in here that you can't get anywhere else. That people that have dietary restrictions and that can't have gluten or vegan and those types of things, they can't get anywhere else. Let's get that stuff. I said, man, we can do that. That'd be great. So what we have here today, we have a really good lemon cranberry quinoa salad, all made fresh here, right here in the kitchen. Fantastic dish. We sold tons of these yesterday. We have a shrimp avocado lettuce wrap. That's really good. If you can see that there, but it's hand wrapped. Comes with a peanut dipping sauce and fresh fruit. Really amazing. We also had a really good Thai pork wrap this week with almonds and fresh fruit and cucumber as a side. But this is amazing. We made all this fresh, and it has a shredded kohlrabi in it, carrots, peanut sauce, coconut milk. It's fantastic. It has a sun-dried tomato tortilla wrap. We sold so many of those in the first 2 days. Over here, we also have some vegetarian grape leaves, which would be great for our vegan and gluten-free people. And it comes with a garlic yogurt dipping sauce. So if you're vegan, you can't really have that, but they're fantastic on their own. We also have a mint strawberry melon salad this week. It's great. Fresh strawberry, fresh melon, lime juice. Great. And of course, we also have, which we'll be featuring every week, is our cannoli. Those are fresh made here in house. We make them every single day. They're chocolate dipped, drizzled in caramel, butterscotch and chocolate, and then we have shaved butterscotch and chocolate chips in the cannoli mix itself. Those are made fresh every single day. And of course, we have our pre-cooked meals ready to go. This week we are featuring a stuffed pork loin that's breaded and stuffed with tuna and spinach. Fantastic. Goes in your oven for about 15 minutes and it's done. You have a full meal. And we paired it with some spaghetti squash and acorn squashes, and we put a chutney on that. So it's just sweet and salty and savory and just has everything going for it. Again, quick, made for two. And we also have the shrimp rolls, which we're making right now. Those are ready to go. And those only take 15 to 20 minutes in your oven, too. And that has everything you need. You don't have to do any of the work. All you have to do is put in your oven, and you have a shrimp roll. One other dish that we are featuring this week that if you notice it's gone is because we sold out of them every single day is our gluten-free lasagna. It's butternut squash and spinach lasagna with brown rice pasta. Fantastic. But as soon as we make them, they're gone. So if you want one, hurry up and get down and get yourself one, or send me an email or send me a chat link. Say, hey, Chris, put one back for me. And I'll put one back for you. But those are going really, really quick. Some of the other stuff that we have here, we have some really cool, unique sodas that we're going to be carrying anywhere else. Some candies and waters. Those are fantastic. We also have a lot of different jellies and hot sauces, some ketchups, some barbecue sauces ready to go. You know, not just novelty items. Those are actually fantastic things to try. Big fan of all these things. We have our swag, of course, always ready for the different shirts that we got in, some different spice mixes that we're working on. We sell charcuterie boards and clipboards and all that good stuff. Growlers, howlers, you name it, anything to do with kind of merchant house type of stuff. That's all available here whenever you want. So come down and buy about 12 shirts, and they're great Christmas presents. I would recommend if not every single person in your family has a merchant house shirt, then you're pretty much a loser. I don't want to be too harsh.
Off on the ball. We do have some comments. Justin Ord said that he's going to be likely heading over for some soup today.
Great. We have a 7-bean medley, vegan-friendly soup today. And, of course, we have our prime rib chili every day. That'll be available here during the day and at night across the street. We will be selling all of our soups by the cup or by the quart, so you can buy and grab one of those. But we will always have a vegan, gluten-free type option of soup available every single day.
And Maria Moore said she stopped by for the shrimp oil on Monday and says it's a 10 out of 10.
Oh, right, I love it. Thank you. Appreciate you. That's fantastic. Good. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was quick, easy. The whole design behind that is no muss, no fuss, no cleanup. If you had paper plates, you wouldn't have to do anything. So we're here to help. Those meals are really designed for the working parents, the working professional. Doesn't have a lot of time, but they want something fresh and good. They don't want fast food. This is a perfect option for you. Some of the other things that we're going to be doing here soon, once we get up and running, is we're going to have a full catalog of different take-home meals that you'll be able to pre-order a week in advance, and you come in, pick them up, and they'll all be ready for you. And there'll be different things that we're offering that week. So if you really like the shrimp boil and that's something you want to have consistently, you'll be able to order that and we'll be able to make it and have it ready for you.
Very cool.
Yeah, yeah. Spices. We also have some spices. These are the hand ground spices that we're offering right now. Currently in house, we have the Kansas City steak, the Chop House burger seasoning, which is fantastic. We have a spicy Cajun seasoning, which is the same seasoning that we use over there for like our jambalayas and our voodoo chicken pastas. We have a Montreal steak seasoning, which is the same seasoning we use for our steaks across the street. And we also have a Kansas City steak seasoning. This is what we use for our prime rib across the street, and that's fantastic. And these are available all the time. We will be offering some different ones, all kinds of different spices for different cuisines. Those are all coming soon. So,
Nice.
yeah.
Well, let's go check on that boil.
We have some bread made across the street in our pizza ovens. Today we have sweet pulled pork bread, and that is we take pineapple juice and lemon and honey, and we put it on top of it when it comes out of the oven. They're fantastic. We'll have our onion bread available every single day as well, plus some other things that we're working on. All right, so head over to whoa. You want to go ahead and stick the camera in here? You can notice that the sausage is starting to get nice and split and fat at the ends. That's how you know it's getting pretty good.
I wish people could smell this.
It's amazing. See all it's all kind of getting in there. You got all your spices going. So let's see how we're doing on a potato here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right, so we're really good. We're gonna go ahead and take our shrimp. We're gonna dump that right in there. Gotcha. So give it a couple stir there, get the shrimp going in there, and the shrimp doesn't take long at all. And again, the time will vary depending on what you put in your boil. You know, crab takes longer than shrimp. Crawfish will take a little bit longer than shrimp as well. You know, so depending on the type of seafood and things that you put in there will really determine how long your boil is going to take. But they really don't take long at all. When we do them across the street, we make pre-bags of them in mesh bags. We have our boil going all the time, all throughout the night. And when someone orders one, we take the mesh bag, throw it in there. We have two of them actually. There's a bag with your seafood in it and a bag with all the rest of the ingredients. We throw the first bag in there, and when that gets close, we throw the bag of shrimp in there. They come out. We cut them open, and then they go in a bucket and go right to your table.
So we had a date night at the Merchant House a couple of years back. You all had a boil, and you had the crawfish in there, and we ended up like playing with our food half the time. So it can be a lot of fun also.
Crawfish is crazy. You know, crawfish is one of them that either hate it or you love it. You know, you gotta kind of suck the head off of it, juice it out of it. You gotta do a lot of work with it, but the flavor is fantastic. You know, just like little mini lobsters.
We can have crawfish fights at the table.
Oh man, we did a lot of things with our crawfish across the street. We set them up. We put people as a king in the kitchen. But we have some fun with it. What a great thing with with the kids and the families, get a bunch of crawfish and dump it in there and play with it. You know, it expands your palate. If you're scared of it, it's probably a good indication that you should probably try it. You know, you only live once. That's the way I think about food. I love to try everything. There's not much I won't try. If someone in the world eats it, that means it's probably not going to kill you. So that's pretty good. I did see the rotten meat. When anyone see the rotten meat video, do you see that, Carrie, where they had the rotten meat? They just left it out for like a month at a time. It had the flies and the maggots all over it, and they shave it and then they eat it. Oh yeah, dry beef. Yeah, who's fan? Not that. You can keep all that. I'm good. But they do that. I mean, people eat all kinds of stuff. So have some fun. This won't take long. We're probably just a couple minutes out here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab some parchment paper. Get a newspaper. Whatever you have. Like, oh, it has ink and stuff on it. Well, that's part of the flavor. So, hasn't killed anybody yet. So we're gonna just go ahead and get some parchment paper. We're not gonna gross you guys out with the newspaper, but we do newspaper across the street, and I think it's really kind of cool and part of the experience. If you're gonna do it, if you're gonna do it traditionally, do it the right way. How's that saying go? When in Rome, do it Roman food.
What at 423? Do as Chris Campbell does.
That's right. You're not doing as I do. You're doing it wrong.
No one wants that.
Or Gavin, that guy. You ever seen that guy? That guy. He doesn't run out of his mouth on his little scooter. Yeah. In fact, last week we had a couple bags of cannoli filling come up missing. I know.
Oh, the first theft.
But that's been a great support. It's been fantastic. So there, you're on. Thanks for posting the pictures. We sold out numerous times after that. People coming in on there. So, I'll get you that page that later.
Shenanigans.
So get real close here. If you want to go ahead and bring the camera over, you'll see the shrimp. Your shrimp's done when it starts to pink up on you like that. It starts to curl up. You're good to go. I think we're almost ready to go ahead and dump this sucker out. Usually you would use like a skimmer to grab all it out. It's a tool and it's wire mesh, and you dip it in there with some of them are deep like that. You can just scoop it in, you dump it right out. Or if you just want to do it in a bag, you do them in bags. See all this stuff here. All that, all the purples and the reds and the colors, yellows. What a great thing. You see those there? Look at that corn. Gosh, wow, that's some beautiful corn. We have the big. Let's go and use this. Yeah, run your door. Need to waste all this great water. The great thing about oils too, man, like I said, you can have them going all day long. It just continues to add flavor. The more boils, the more it reduces. You add more seasoning, the more flavor it gets. It's fantastic. The best oils, in my opinion, are the ones that are coming out of the water at the end of the night, because they have all the flavor in them. They've been cooking shrimp all night, sausage all night, corn all night. All the flavors are coming together, and then you dump that in there. It's bam. Oh man, Carrie, thank you. This is Carrie Duncan, one of our cooks at the restaurant. Highly skilled. He's doing all your food over there at night. He's helping us over here at 423. He knows his stuff, man. We're lucky to have him. We would be over here, but he can't do camera stuff. Probably give him a panic attack. All right, so we're going to go ahead and turn this off. We're going to grab a couple of.
No, Craig is legit awesome. He's a wealth of knowledge.
All right, so we're going to dump this sucker right out. Ooh. Thank you. That's my mistake. Thank you. Carrie saved my butt a couple times already today.
Just since I've been here.
I'm telling you what, man. In a kitchen for sure. If you don't have good guys like Carrie watching over you, you're dead. We couldn't do any of the stuff that we do across the street without our guys and ladies over there. Woo!
Go see that? No, that's lunch. Saved all that juice.
Hey, what are you doing? Come over, have some lunch. Pull up a stool. Oh, goodness gracious. This is the boil. It's the shrimp boil. We'll go ahead and do that. Get all
earlier on 423.
Get all that liquid out of there. All right, you guys ready? Oh, oh, here we go. Get some butter on that bad boy. We're gonna get a little bit more of our seasoning. Oh, a little water in there. Pour a little bit out of that on there. You can squeeze the rest of your lemon on there. Get that. Look at that lemon. Oh, it's all those juices have been cooking in there. You want to be really fancy, you can start throwing some garnishes on there. Make yourself look good in front of all your friends and family. Just throw some stuff on there. Make it look good. Have some fun. Absolute beauty, Chris. Food's not messy. It's not worth eating. So we have our paper towels there. Have our stuff here, but there is your Low Country shrimp boil. Again, come on down to 423. We have these ready for you. Little modified with the different sausage and stuff, but it's the same potato, same corn, same shrimp. We did use shrimp without the shell on it, so you don't have to do that dirty work. You just pop that stuff right in your mouth. But good to go. Low Country boil, easy. 15-minute, 20-minute, really all it takes. Thanks, Chris. Yeah, thank you. Enjoy.